Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg's passive income, then shit, I want that, nigga.
So make the next Facebook.
Say it with me, Matt, on 3. 1, 2, 3, nigga. There it is. Imagine.
You said it was okay.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
Speaking of basketball, though, and I guess this branches out to other sports. I saw this thing on Twitter the other day about what constitutes a bust, a draft bust. So that the question was more so about Stanley Johnson, right? Like, because he was drafted 7th overall. Would he be considered a bust? So I think the overarching question is, what do you guys consider to be a bust in the NBA? And then I guess we could branch out to like other sports.
I actually wanted Stanley Johnson on the Knicks. This is very crazy that you say that.
Real quick, I feel like a lot of people want Stanley Johnson. Spencer Dinwiddie's dad is from Nigeria, and he got his passport from Nigeria.
There we go.
Once you get the passport, once you get dual citizenship, anything like that, you can play for that country.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So what is a bust? Okay. In basketball, I feel like it's a lot more clear cut because, you know, the lifespan of an NBA player, I think, is longer than other ones. So I think it's more fair to speak on. And the draft itself is the smallest draft of the 3 major sports. So I think what's fair, who would I consider a bust? I would say Anthony Bennett is a bust. And John's going to agree with me. We already spoke about this before. But the reason why not entirely, but premise-wise, I think that if you're drafted at a high level, like I say top 5, I think the expectation is that at some point in your career, you're expected to produce highly. You know what I'm saying? Not even necessarily an all-star, because there's definitely been top 5 players that have just been in the league for mad long, which I would not consider a bust. Like, especially if you're a contributing factor on a championship team or a contributing factor on any team. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you're like if you're like a lottery pick, like teens, and you don't really pan out, I would consider that a bust because you weren't even really expected, like super high expectations anyway, and you just weren't really a good player. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is, for me, what I will qualify a bust, at least in the basketball sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, football is a whole different conversation because you have busts. You have niggas that went number 1 overall, top 5 picks, like quarterbacks that just didn't pan out.
Tim Couch,
Ryan Leaf. You can what's
Trent Richardson.
Damn.
Oh yeah, Trent Richardson. God damn. What's the name of homie for the Raiders?
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yep.
Yeah, I think for that it's just, you know, you see it more so with quarterbacks than anything. Receivers, it's a toss up. Running backs is also a toss up.
Haskins too, right? I guess the jury's out, but I guess right now you would consider him a bust?
Right now you can consider him a bust because the team that drafted him in the first round got rid of him, but that is kind of contributing to factors outside of his. Well, maybe not just.
Got rid of him?
Well, traded
him.
him.
Roster no more?
What?
Yeah, he's on the Steelers.
Oh, I'm smacked.
Yeah. Then White Clothes is hidden, dog. I mean, Chili's hidden, dog. Nah, but so I think football, basketball, it's a little bit more clear cut like that. Baseball is tough. I ain't even gonna lie because baseball, it's like you could be in the minor leagues your entire career and never see the league.
Yeah,
so.
or see it at age like 30 and then make a career out of it.
Right, exactly. So I think for real, in baseball, in basketball and football, I think it's more clear cut as to what a bust is or what a bust would be. So John, you could.
For the most part, I definitely agree with you. I still would, like, I would still call Anthony Bennett a bust, but I feel like if you look at it a little more closely, I think it's more so not living up to your draft potential, because my thing with Anthony Bennett is you can make your argument that he shouldn't have been picked first anyway. Like, the reason why we look at it as a bust is not only did his career not pan out, he was a complete surprise to go number 1.
Yeah.
That's my thing with that, because there's always like someone like that where it's like, damn, they got drafted way higher than they should have. That'll make them a bust, right? Things like that, where it's like, I definitely agree where if you're, I would say a top 5 pick, you're expected to probably be an all-star. But I think going into it is you could have a successful NBA career and be a top pick and then just not be looked at as a bust, even if you were one of those.
Right.
I mean, like, for example, Dennis Smith Jr., some people might call him a bust because of the amount of pipe he came out, but like right now, obviously the jury's still out. But like he can make himself into a consistent role player and still not be looked at as a bust. Mind you, then to me, I like coming out of college, I was someone who did not think highly of D'Angelo Russell. I think that he, to me, never looked like he would be a star player in this league, and I stood by that. You know, he had the one All-Star season, but injuries and everything like that have been a little bit quiet since. But like being the number 2 pick, you would expect him to be a star in this league, especially at this point. You know, at the end of his career, I don't know. I don't think we could say he was a bust, but I do think we could definitely say he didn't live up to his draft potential. So I do think that it's a combination of both that really comes into being a bust. I agree when it comes to football, but also like football drafts, like once you get out of basketball, those other drafts are so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most of the stars in the league were not first round picks.
Right.
You know? So things like that outside of some quarterbacks, but like for the most part, it's like any skill position player, it feels like there's not a whole lot that were first round picks who really came and like are the top level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's all subjective. Like the like you said, the expectations of what the person is coming out.
Right.
Now, like with the D'Angelo Russell thing, it's kind of not say it's tricky, but like if the whole Iggy Azalea and Nick Young thing doesn't happen, like how does his career progress in LA? You know,
I still stand by. I don't really think he's ever going to be a full star.
No, and that's fair. You know, but I think it's like I think for his time in Brooklyn definitely helped. If anything, reshaped his image. You know,
Definitely,
and got some respect back, I guess, within the
It's
basketball
funny, he really
community.
didn't want to go to Brooklyn, and there was a girl that we went to high school with who was talking to him at the time, and was like, he was like happy to be in New York, but like didn't want to get traded.
Hey, man, look, being traded doesn't seem like the most fun thing, but
The Swaggy P.
but yeah, like no, like if you look at the expectation, I would say like, all right, so like Zion, right, and bringing it back, I'll start off with Andrew Wiggins. Aha, see, that's a callback. Andrew Wiggins was supposed to be the next great, right? Coming out.
Jabari Parker,
Bro,
too.
it was
Jabari Parker too, right?
Jabari was Melo, Andrew Wiggins was
Yeah,
LeBron.
right.
That was literally it coming out of.
So for his career, Andrew Wiggins has been around a 18, 19, 20 point per game scorer.
Andrew Wiggins is the Doc Rivers of NBA players.
So it's like, is Andrew Wiggins a bust because of how high the expectations are? Or do we look at it as like, all right, he was able to carve out, I mean, he'll be around the league for a while.
Yeah.
He was able to carve out a decent career for himself, make living, right? Does that come into play? Same with Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker just bounced around the league, but are they bust because they didn't live up to expectations?
Andrew Wiggins is a bust. I stand by that.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Because we can talk about, he's going to carve out his career. What has he done for his career to this point? He's been the 1 or 2 option on a team that did absolutely nothing. For how many years?
So then do you equate team success to the person being a bust or not? Because like he can put up numbers. I don't think there's a case of like he just can't play.
He's been one of my people of the empty set argument forever.
Yeah.
Like it's to me like, and again, this isn't everyone, but I feel like I can call Andrew Wiggins a bust and feel confident in that until he shows me something else with his career.
I feel like
because
there's
I
been
can't
worse
even
number
sit
one
here
picks,
and be
though.
like, oh man, he's a really solid role player because he hasn't done anything to really do that. But he put up amount of points on a team that consistently lost where they have another all-star player, right? They only made the playoffs the 1 year thanks to Jimmy Butler.
Thanks to Jimmy.
Now, you're on the Warriors. The Warriors aren't a good team. But then even in the moments where they're supposed to rely on you, you're not there, right? And unless something happens to his career trajectory, I'm not saying he needs to come out and be a great, like, lead a team. If he sits back into his role of being a good role player and just doing his job and leading something to it, like, yeah, because that's the thing. If you're drafted in a top 5, you're expected, if not be a leader, be a key contributor to your team.
I would say, I feel like if
at
you're
no point can I sit here and be like, oh, man, he was a real key contributor. He put up points in Minnesota while stopping playing defense, which is what he got drafted. One of the things he got drafted for. And they never won any games.
True.
So to me, Andrew Wiggins is someone that I'll look at and say, yeah, even if he stays around for that. I mean, how long was Kwame Brown in the league?
Not long
NBA
enough.
legend Kwame Brown. But then, all right, so like my question then would be like a guy like Zion, right? So like you're saying like he didn't, Wiggins didn't really attribute to winning, right? So if Zion stays in New Orleans and still puts up like 24 and 10 numbers,
All-star numbers.
All-star
Andrew Wiggins never put up all-star numbers.
all right. So then it's a case, but he doesn't attribute to winning. Would that not be considered empty stats then? If Zion plays like, let's say 8 seasons in New Orleans, right?
Right.
They never make the playoffs, or they only make the playoffs like once in like a first round exit, right?
Anthony Davis.
Would he be considered a bust?
No.
I think no. I don't think he would be
not.
considered a bust, especially at 8 years in a career. He still has more of his career left, right?
Yeah.
So then,
And at that point, that's what I'm saying. Like, it needs to get shaped. But if you're putting up all-star level numbers, right? You're doing your job. You're doing what you're supposed to do. To me, Andrew Wiggins didn't do what he was supposed to do. And if we're looking at, and can we sit here and say that if Zion and Brandon Ingram don't do it, I say we look at them a little bit differently. But if Zion's on his own and he doesn't do it, we've seen it before, right? Mm-hmm. And then after 8 years, you still have a point. But like, to me, like Andrew Wiggins, it's different because he's definitely getting more minutes than Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown has been 12 years in the league. For sure, he was at the end of the bench for like a lot of them.
Yeah.
But he got opportunities.
Definitely got opportunities.
My thing is Andrew Wiggins has been getting the opportunities.
Yeah, Kwame ass. Kwame is ass.
Andrew Wiggins could definitely turn around his career and become a good role player. Or even, who knows, he could be a star. He has the tools to do it. And even when bro, if Kevin Garnett can't motivate you, dog.
It's tough.
I don't know. Kevin Garnett doesn't seem like the best role model, though.
I don't think he is
Very
either.
problematic.
Honestly, I feel like
He wouldn't motivate. He wouldn't really
personally
motivate
would get
me.
tight. But like, if Kevin Garnett is literally out here like, damn, like you're really good and have all these skills, like, what's going on? You're just out here like, yeah.
Hey, man.
To me, that goes into the expectations and just full on wasted potential.
So you're saying if he ends up becoming, let's say, a guy that his points per game is like maybe like 11 points per game, right?
Who you talking about, Wiggins?
Wiggins, right? So if he, for the rest of his career, let's say he's like 11 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, plays, pretty
But as
solid
a key
D.
contributor on like winning
That's
teams,
a better. He's not as much of a bust as if he continued his career dropping 20 points per game,
Doing
8
nothing
rebounds,
else.
and like his teams don't win.
I can't consider
I don't
him
think
a
he's
bust.
doing 8 rebounds.
Well, I was just saying like
if he's-
hypothetical, because I don't expect him to be only dropping like 11, like
'Cause-
for the rest of his career.
But if he's on good teams and is a key contributor, I think to me like that's better than you dropping 20 and like for him it would probably be 20 like 4 and 5, and then never winning anything ever,
so then
or never even contending, never even taking your team to the playoffs or anything like that.
So then you're agreeing that the team success does play a factor.
Absolutely,
in the
for
bust.
a number one pick, absolutely.
So then, up until the point that Kyrie got LeBron on his team, because they were terrible.
Yeah.
Kyrie was doing his thing. Don't get me wrong. Like he
Yeah.
was in his bag, but the team was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If LeBron never went to, by that logic, it's like saying that if LeBron never went to Cleveland, because we all know if LeBron never went to Cleveland, Kyrie would have never got a ring. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is the logic is I can't do by that logic because he played with another All-Star. Andrew Wiggins played with another All-Star.
He did. No, he did.
But not the level of All-Star of LeBron James.
Well,
I
not-
know, but Kyrie,
Yeah,
and it's hard to compare to Kyrie because he only spent 2-3
no,
years
he's
alone.
4 years before Bron came
4
back.
years.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how
So
long
what
was
is
Andrew
Wiggins is?
in Minnesota?
No. He
Are
got
we old? We're old, but-
Kyrie got drafted 2011. So 2011, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16.
15-16 was the year Bron came back.
So
right?
4 years.
4 years. When was A. Wiggins drafted?
Andrew Wiggins was drafted in 2014.
2014. Wait, damn, really?
Yeah, we're old, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember he got drafted our freshman year.
Ah, I hate it here.
Yeah. So he spent 6 years on the Timberwolves with and what year did Cat get drafted? What, 2017?
17, yeah.
So then you got half that time spent with an all-star level player who was looked at one the moment he came into the league and played like it, right? You may have one playoff appearance thanks to another all-star.
Hey, and a different coach.
Yeah, so that's my thing, and obviously, like his career isn't over, and I'm sure he'll spend time around it. But I feel like at that point, for a number one pick, like, and we can, I feel like if Kyrie did everything in his power, never even made them to the playoffs, right? I mean, at that point, then you could look at it and be like, all right, Kevin Martin, but Kevin Martin wasn't the number one pick.
Ah, GOAT Kevin
That's what I'm
Martin.
saying.
Martin.
It's
Yeah,
someone
boy.
who put up a bunch of points, never really had any team
But
success.
then I think you
but
have
the
to.
expectations are different for a top 5 pick.
But you got to attribute that to the like. Let's be
All right, but
honest.
who told you to stay?
You're on your rookie deal.
No,
Where
but
am I gonna go?
I'm saying past that. I'm saying past that because
Well,
Andrew Wiggins.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
Andrew,
all right,
6
in terms
years.
of, all right, so before Jimmy came, right? Could you honestly say that the Timberwolves had a playoff caliber roster?
No, but do they contend for playoffs?
But it's like I feel like it's kind of hard because like it's not like a lot of guys come into league and take non-playoff rosters to the playoffs.
I feel like your job as a number 1 pick is to at least put yourself in a contention.
Yeah, you could
right?
do that. And look what Zion, not Zion because you know
Morant?
he was hurt, but like John Morant didn't get to the and get to the playoffs his first year,
And
they pretty much got. You know,
I'm not talking about first year though.
but I'm saying
feel
I
like
think it plays into even like Kyrie, like David Griffin didn't do anything to help that cat. They were basically just like, all right, we're kind of just waiting to see when LeBron hits free agency again. Maybe he'll come back because they didn't give Kyrie like they were literally 3 out of 4 years they were the number 1 overall pick.
Something like that.
Like
it was
there was
then, 'cause
bums
then they
on that team.
Because it was that year that they drafted Anthony Bennett. I think they had the 4th pick also. That's when they got Tristan Thompson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like it. There was some really and the like Kevin Martin with the Kings, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we said the Kings have not had a good roster?
Well, the Kings
In
are going to
decades.
trash organization.
It's a trash organization.
Yeah.
So I feel like and not to say that the Minnesota Timberwolves are not the pinnacle of sports organizations.
Yeah, but I'm
in the
saying,
league.
and that's why after when you're a free agent, leave. No one's holding you there.
Well, maybe he likes it cold. I
Feel
don't know.
like it's
Hey, Wiggins from Canada, right?
It's so much
be cold
easier to
there.
just say you're gonna dip out than anything. Like I don't know, man. It's.
But then they call you a quitter.
No, and who gives a shit? He clearly doesn't give a shit if he's been hasn't been doing shit this entire time.
It's such a
You know,
loaded
niggas,
argument.
you know, niggas' egos is fragile.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think that's Andrew Wiggins' issue, really, if we're being honest. Motherfucker couldn't get Team Canada in.
Neither could RJ Barrett. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
One more time, Justin. One more fucking time, Justin. One more time, Justin.
Wait, who? There was 4 NBA guys on that team, right?
Dwight Powell.
Yeah, Dwight Powell. What?
Dwight Powell, RJ, Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, Van Vliet didn't play, right?
Yeah, Van
No.
Vliet.
And Jamal is hurt.
Jamal's hurt.
Damn.
Canada's gonna be nice.
I don't know why I always think Cat is from Canada, but he's not.
Yeah,
he's from New Jersey.
He's from New Jersey.
So he might as well be from Canada.
That's so deep. Corey Joseph.
Corey
Oh,
Joseph.
oh yeah. Raptors legend Corey Joseph.
Did they also have a Spurs legend, Corey? They also had Lou Dort.
Oh, the lockdown guy? And they couldn't advance? Bro, that's
They
a
had-
solid
listen,
roster.
They had a bunch of it's
That's a solid roster.
some dude on the Pelicans, Nickel Alexander Walker, RJ.
They had Nickeil Alexander Walker on that team too?
Lou
Yeah,
Dort,
nah.
Corey Joseph.
They sold. They sold.
Michael Mulder from the Warriors, along with Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, Cavs legend. And then it was Dwight Powell and Trey Lyles.
Nah, niggas ain't want to go to Tokyo. I'm convinced. Not with that roster. Come on. I know it's not
Yeah,
the most
that's
star-studded
trash.
roster, but that is a
Who the fuck did they lose to?
That is a roster of solid players in the league.
A lot of
Yeah.
solid
That
players.
is a lot of solid players in the league. Nah, they sold. They didn't want to go to Tokyo.
That's probably what it was.
Niggas' passports weren't up to date. That's probably why.
It's crazy.
And that's not even like they're missing some of the best Canadian players. So, and they were coached by Nick Nurse.
And just wow, really?
Fraud alert! Fraud alert!
They boasted the most NBA players of any nation other than the U.S.
Woo, 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 woo. Fraud alert! Fraud alert!
Yeah, so they were missing. The people that they were missing were Jamal Murray, Shai, and Kelly Olynyk.
I don't care. You
They
don't
should-
need
they-
these.
yeah,
you
they
do
gotta
not
make
need
the
them
team.
just to get. I don't
Just
care
to
if
qualify,
They
no.
lost to
just to
Czech
qualify.
Republic.
Czech Republic better be good.
Well, if we in Czech Republic's fucking division.
You saw how Liz was holding a girl. That's
Yeah,
why
I was
wanna be
getting
held.
That's how you want
jealous.
to be held by Liz.
I would let her cradle me, bro.
Bro, I little spoon this shit, bro. It's only little spoon.
Little spoon energy when Liz is around, bro. That's it.
You see her latest photo shoot?
Nah.
I forget for Fenty.
For Fenty,
Pretty good.
I'm gonna tune into that. I think
pretty
that is content that
Miles
I
was
would
like, I'm gonna find out.
I'm
You know,
gonna wait. I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine. Run a bath.
I forget.
Running a bath is crazy.
Wow. Oh, he's a savage.
Czech Republic only has
Word to
Tomas
Fenty.
Satoransky.
Oh,
That's their only NBA player.
Wizards and Bulls legend,
Yeah.
Tomas Satoransky. But yeah, I think to wrap it, to put a bow on this, I think it's all kind of subjective. What you want out of a guy. I think anything below 10, I would say if you're doing tiers 1 through 4, you have superstar expectations.
1 through 5.
All right, 1 through 5. 1 through 5, superstar expectations, or at least all-star caliber.
True.
5 through 10, your ceiling is all-star.
To me, 1 through 5 should be an all-star.
Yes.
Yeah.
5 through 10, your ceiling all-star. 10 through anything else, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Role-
You're
You
Shit,
hope for a role player.
if
Listen,
you can
you hope
carve
you
out
get
a
a role
solid
player.
career for yourself anywhere after 10, hey, good for you. I mean, look, the freaking MVP was what, the 44th pick this year in Jokic during
Malcolm
a
Brogdon, second round pick to win Rookie of the Year.
during a Taco Bell commercial. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, bro.
So
It's amazing. Yeah,
Gotta love
don't be a bust. Word to Kwame Brown, the bona fide scrub.
we better be careful if he listens to this. He's gonna come and kill you.
Coming as crazy. No such thing as bad publicity, right?
Oh, yeah,
Crazy
yeah,
Eye
yeah,
Killer.
Yeah. Because he came for
Bobby
Stephen A.
Portis. And that is it for us this week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Saratobi Sports. Go like the Facebook page. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you guys can find me on Twitter at Offended Narwhal. Guys.
Yo, big facts. Yo, enjoy the rest of the finals. Enjoy the Olympics. Enjoy, the second half of the baseball season, except if you're a Yankees fan. Yeah, outside is open. If you're not vaccinated,
trade
please.
for another power hitter.
Oh, wonderful. If you're not vaccinated, wear a mask. Pray
Go
for
get
Cuba
vaccinated.
and Black Lives Matter.
Nematodes are people too. That's all I got for you today.
Nice.
Catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold.